Hey everybody, our Fearless here. Welcome back to some more Pokemon Black and White 2. Last time, we went through the rest of Pineal Forest, had an atrocious RNG, as usual, and arrived here in Nacrene City. This time we're going to explore the city. I hear that the bones in the museum were found in Twist Mountain. Word is that you can find a lot of other fossils there too. The Pokemon with me right now are ones that, of all those I've met so far, have taken a particular shine to. Alright then. And you? Phew, I just read all the articles on the piece of the help on the PC. Yeah, you can read the help articles. It's a long time, it doesn't really teach you anything new. I really don't need anything. So in here in Nacrene City, I'm just seeing if we have anything we can... No, you have crap. So here in Nacrene City, we have some interesting things to go on through here. Starting things up, we can come right down here to the end and get ourselves a PP up. Nice. Next up, we're going to head up into here. Inside this house, do you have anything interesting? Berg is an artist. He's also a gym leader in Castelia City. We want to be like him, and I'll never stop admiring him. Yep, I'm willing to keep on admiring. Okay then. Berg used his warehouse up until 4 years ago. When Berg is artist block, he comes right back here to Nacrene City. Okay. So, back here in these warehouse-looking buildings. You! I'm the Master Move Tutor. I'm also obsessed with green shards. Give me green shards and I'll thank you by teaching your Pokemon to move. So, let's see what we have. 11, so you can buy any one of these. So, these moves are very mediocre. Snatch, useless. Skill Swap, useless. Well, Safe Talk could be good if you're running a Milotic, useless. Outrage, maybe, but Stealth Rock, maybe. Trick, Recycle, Spite, Wonder Room, Really, there's nothing here worth getting. Outrage, maybe. It's been 2 years since I opened business, and thanks for everyone. I'm doing great. So this guy, he'll sell your X items. I'll never buy them, because I don't really need them. Dire Hit, you know if it's called Dire Hit, huh? No difference? Alright. So that's it there. I wish I had some witty commentary, but I don't. You see, I believe it would become popular because it was a storehouse. Inside here, we can talk to you. Oh, I love your trainer. What type of Pokemon do you have? Oh, you're Arcanine. It's very friendly. You must be very happy with you. So another friendship checker. Why it's this late? I don't know. Nothing there. I don't think there's anything worthwhile in the buildings. This building is useless. We can talk to you. My name is Loblolly. I'm designer of decor items. I'm stuck now. I can't come up with any good design. I've been thinking about decor. So great that will appear in a dream. So this trainer, you'll talk to her if you're using the dream thing. There's a function for the Pokemon Global Link where you can go into the dream and such. However, though, that's been long since shut down. So that building is useless. And our next building is right here. Talking to you. I'm a poet. I write poems. Every day I stretch my imagination and devote myself to creative activity. When people dream while sleeping, but for Pokemon dreams, I cannot help imagine what it would be like. Okay, then up here, Ditto, Everstone's nature. What's the connection? Something very interesting. You see, practicing is sort of like eating food every day. Unless it becomes something you, without thinking about it, it'll never be as great as a guitar with Pokemon. Yeah, it might help if you have patience. What do you call a storehouse you can't find? A warehouse! How many houses could a warehouse wear if a warehouse could wear houses? I don't know. 10? I'm daft at this point. So, coming right up here, we have ourselves an accordion player. The accordion's heavy, weighs over 20 pounds. That's a nice little accent to the city. Probably do that at the end of the episode. So, coming into here... It's Monday. I'm drinking moo milk to get myself stuck for the week. It makes me feel like my rock. Yeah. Inside this building changes depending on the day of the week. On one of the days, I can't remember when, you can find yourself a dropped item, a handkerchief. You can return this to its owner on Wednesdays, and you get yourself a decent item. Not really. It's not really worthwhile. It's just there. Talking to you? Nope. Someone here has anything useful? Oh, cafe special on Wednesdays and Saturdays. That's what it's talking about. So yeah, I have very limited my days of play, so I can't do anything anymore. I really can't do anything. I'm so worthless. Okay, enough negativity out of the way. Think positive. I think next up we're gonna bring Trouser to the lead, and I feel like I need a save for some reason. Alright then. So why am I so determined? Well, we can come right here, and it looks like a Pokemon is blocking way into the museum. I need to get to the museum now! You're holding up the line. I realize not many people go to the museums anymore because you can find everything online. And they're cutting budgets to museums, but come on, we need to get in! Uxie! Ladies and gentlemen, the knowledge Pokemon Uxie, level 65, levitate for the ability. Flail, extrasensory, feature sight amnesia. Uxie is a bulky psychic-type Pokemon designed to be a tank. It has very high defense and special defense, meaning that your moves won't do too much of anything. It'll do a nice chunk, but not really that much. However, though, honestly, I consider Uxie kind of the weakest of the three. Because its nice defense is good and all, but honestly, it's kind of mediocre. Yeah, it has high defense and everything, but its offense is kind of mediocre. It can learn some interesting screen moves and everything. If you need a good psychic tank, here you go. But on the more offensive side, it's very lackluster, and I kind of say, eh. Honestly, Azelf and Mesprit are probably better Pokemon. So yeah, that's really about it. Uxie is just not super great. I've never really been a fan of Uxie. Well, good thing I saved. Okay, back to trying to catch this bloody Pokemon. Hopefully this time you won't kill yourself. Well, I won't be able to defeat you with these. So yeah, back to Uxie. It's kind of decent. If you need a good psychic tank Pokemon, Uxie's actually really good. I don't remember all its good moves offhand. It has Flail, sure, but eh. Well, if you need a good tanking Pokemon, Uxie might be of some use. I had that pun there in my notes and I remembered, oh yeah, that's a good pun. Leave it to pass me for being at least somewhat good with the puns. Future me, probably even worse than me right now. I mean, heck, Future me is just dreading because he's like 30 episodes behind right now. Hey, the freeze, nice. Well, let's go ahead and start catching. Ultra Balls, sure. One, 2, 3? I was only hoping. So yeah, so trying to catch Uxie will be a bit difficult. Not the hardest Pokemon, but definitely not the easiest. 1, 2, 3. Darn it, Uxie. Well, this will probably take a little while. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to get caught. Well, one more turn. Once the freeze wears off, I'm probably just gonna be back to the waiting for an eternity. See you guys in 10 hours. I hate my luck. Why must my luck stat be 0? 1. Okay. 1, 2, 3? Oh! Okay then. That didn't take as long as I wanted. When Uxie flew, people gained the ability to solve problems. It was the birth of knowledge. Too bad I probably couldn't solve my problems. Oh well. So with that, we were able to catch ourselves Uxie. The one trying to draw Smeargle's move sketch is me. Okay then. Probably have some smuggled sketch, you can do that, but I don't care. These old textile storehouses are being reused as studios. How innovative. New ideas create new values, don't they? Yet I expect they cost like 10,000 a month. So, here in Nacrene Museum. Wow, whenever I look at the skeleton, I'm fascinated. Welcome, I'm Haas, the assistant director. Since you were kind enough to visit, I'll give you a tour of the museum. Well, you're advanced, right? You came all the way out here. Well, now, which do you like better, the cover or the plume fossil? I'll take the cover. I like the cover more than the plume anyways. So you really want to choose the clover fossil? The clover fossil. Now that's a nice choice. If you want to restore it, go to our reception counter. Yeah, obtain the clover fossil. Or cover, not clover. Dear, suddenly interrupting my tours will surprise the patrons. Oh, and you haven't even introduced yourself yet, have you? Oh, that's alright. I'm Lenora, the director of this museum. I'm always in my studies, so come visit if you have time. Oh dear, well let's continue our tour. The skeleton is of a dragon-type Pokemon. There's a theory that it had an accident while it was flying around the world, and it became a fossil. We learned that Uxie changes its form by coming into contact with the power of the meteors. Oh, now this is a truly interesting artifact. It's a replica of that Dark Stone. Have you heard of the Dark Stone? It was a form that the legendary Pokemon Zekrom while it rests. What, you've seen Zekrom? That's amazing. In that case, my explanation is superfluous, isn't it? The library is in the next room. Beyond that is the director's room. By the way, Lenora is a former gym leader. So, we are here to explore the museum now. A play with unknown script carved into it. A mask that ancient people used to wear at festivals. Bones that were once carried as weapons by a certain kind of Pokemon, probably a Marowak. So that's the Dragonite, that's our Maldo. Right here, Deoxys. If you have a Deoxys, you'll be able to change its form interdependently. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go deposit me 3 Pokemon. Because we have a lot of stuff we can do now. Okay, with some slots opened up, we are going to go ahead and head back into here now. So we can talk to you. I'm researching Pokemon fossils here. You have a fossil, don't you? Shall I turn it back into Pokemon? So we have 2 Pokemon here that we already have. Old Amber, you can get a fossil once a day in Twist Mountain, the lower parts. The fossil you gave me turned back into Pokemon. It's an Aerodactyl. Please take good care of it. So we obtained an Aerodactyl. You can obtain all the Pokemon here. Don't need to give it a nickname. And while we're here, we can go over the cover fossil. Cover. It's cover. So we get ourselves a Tortuga. So while we're here, we have ourselves a crapload of bios. Starting up with Tortuga. Tortuga is a water-type Pokemon obtained from picking the cover fossil. It serves as a physical tank, having high defense and good attack. Its ability, Solid Rock, allows it out because it has a lot of weaknesses. It reduces the weaknesses, especially grass. Not really too great. Sturdy is also very good because it's a nice alternative and makes it more resilient to not be one-shotted. So yeah, it's slow Pokemon, very weak to grass, decent special attack and defense. Not really the best. It's a pretty good Pokemon. Very weak to grass type moves though, but it's a really good Pokemon. If you want yourself a good water type Pokemon, there you go. However, these Pokemon are level 25. Quirky and relaxed. Okay. So yeah, so that's a look at its stats. It's more of a physical attacker. Aqua Jet's really good to allow it to hit first, but even though it's really slow. Next up is Arcan. Arcan, if you chose the Plume Fossil, it's a glass cannon. Its ability makes it so it's under half health. It pretty much becomes useless, but otherwise, very fast and very high attack. With acrobatics, it can pretty much just sweep through teams. It's super good. With high speed and such, it'll just melt through teams. It will require a lot of grinding though, which is kind of why I'm not really too keen on the fossils. But yeah, it hurts a lot. If you play your cards right, you'll never really need to worry about going under half health, because it'll destroy everything. It's a good Pokemon. It's just fatal flaw, low defenses, but it hurts. Next up, we got ourselves an Aerodactyl, so might as well go over Aerodactyl. Aerodactyl is a pretty decent Pokemon. It's slow to level up, but it's a very fast Pokemon. One of the fastest Pokemon out there. One of the fastest Pokemon without being a Mega Pokemon. It's good attack and it has a decent move pool. Leveling up is going to be kind of slow, but it's still a really strong Pokemon. Yeah, I can learn some interesting moves, good flying type Pokemon, and all around, if you need yourself a good flying type Pokemon, there you go. It'll just require a lot of training. Honestly, Archeops will probably be a better bet though. Next up is Omanyte. Praise Helix! Well, not really praise this Helix. Omanyte is a Pokemon that's Water Rock, just like many other fossils. It has high physical defense and special attack, but it's pretty slow. It's not the best fossil Pokemon simply because it's like Tortuga except more special based. So yeah, very weak to grass, pretty slow. So yeah, abilities aren't really super helpful outside the rain. It's nice, but not level 25. Kabuto on the other hand is the opposite of Omanyte, say similar faults. Very high attack and fair defense, but lacks in the special defense. It's not as slow as Omastar, but it's still pretty slow. Like the other two Water Rock type Pokemon, very weak to grass, and yeah. It has a lot of good physical type moves, which is really nice. Aqua Jet, combine that with other moves, it can be pretty good. You'll be required to do a lot of grinding though. Evolves level 40. I kinda say pass. Next up, Lilip. Lilip is a decent Pokemon that I like, especially in competitive. It's a grass rock type Pokemon with few weaknesses and no quad weaknesses, unlike a lot of other fossil Pokemon. It's not really offensive, more of a defensive solid Pokemon with moves like Leech Seed, Toxic. It's a pretty good tanking Pokemon. So yeah, it's not really the best thing, but it's still pretty decent. It can be a lot of tanking moves, however, a lot of grinding. Pass. Anorith. Well, Lilip is more of a tank and is more of an attacker. It has high attack in its final form and solid defenses, making it pretty good. No quad weaknesses. X's hurts rock a lot. Rock moves hurt a lot. It's pretty decent. A lot of leveling up. I say pass. So yeah. Next up, Cranidos. Cranidos is the definition of Glass Cannon. Cranidos has a very high attack that once evolved into Rampardos level 30, it gets cranked up to 11. Rampardos' attack is higher than pretty much every other Pokemon out there. So yeah, it's higher than Pokemon like Slaking and Regigigas, without a hindering ability. Outside of this, all its other stats are pretty mediocre, and yeah. It's a Glass Cannon. It hurts. It's hard to raise though. Meh. Decent, can learn some decent moves. Otherwise, meh. All you know is, stupidly powerful! Shieldon is very defensive, very low attacks, high defense, and special defense. A lot of weaknesses, and honestly, you're better off raising a Probopass because they have similar stats, except Probopass can hurt a little bit more, and you don't have to raise it up as much. No, seriously, you can find Nosepass in Shardstone Cave. A higher level than Shieldon's at this point in the game. I kinda say pass because it's not really anything special. So, next up we can come up to here. We can come up to the back. Yo, Bones can talk. Why, hello, Berg. What's up, suffering from artist block again?
Bones, perhaps?
Bones? This is a museum. Of course we have bones. What are you looking for? Your next motif?
Maybe. Or maybe not. Many black-type Pokemon have hard coverings, right? They're so-called exoskeletons. So I don't quite understand bones. Not at all, actually.
So, did you think you would understand something about bones if you came here? Sure thing, make yourself a home. If you like, I can have my husband explain them to you.
Well, for starters, what do bones mean to you?
When I was little, my dad worked in a mine, so he would always bring home bones he dug up. I was just a child, but I brought under the spell of bones. What did the bones look like when they were a part of a living being? Were they shaped like they were? Things like that captivated me.
Oh, I kind of understand. I'm also fascinated by the functional, efficient...
Can people stop interrupting me, please?
I am also fascinated by the functional, efficient designs of bug-type Pokemon, such as the shape of their legs.
Hey there, what's everyone all gathered here for?
What brings you here?
Found a fossil in Twist Mountain. I want to have Lenora look at it and see if you wanted to keep it or hear something.
Clay, what do bones mean to you?
Well now, no matter who you are or when you die, bones are all that will be left of you. When you think about it, it's amazing. Even when you die, you can make money. Some fossils are worth a lot, you know. I can't tell if you're kidding, but of course you would think that way. Berg is trying to think what it means. Is trying hard to think about what bones mean to him. Don't be so flippant. So what kind of fossils have you got there? Let me see. Here you go. What do you think? It's gonna be worth a mint as a specimen or as a collectible. Which is it? Well, I mean this in a good way, but it's an ordinary fossil. If it isn't worth much as a specimen, you can't sell it for much. I'm curious about the soil attached to this fossil.
What do you mean?
It's very subtle, but it's a bit different from the soil I usually see from Twist Mountain. Not so. Yes, my Twist Mountain still has unlimited potential. Alright, I'll keep digging my clay tunnel. Here, Berg. That plain old fossil's yours. Have a look at it and think about what bones mean to you.
Thank you, Lenora. I guess it's okay that I have my own perspective on what bones mean to me, right?
Why not? You, me, Clay, we all have different ways of thinking about what bones mean to us. It would be kind of creepy if we all felt the same way, right? Anyways, I feel sorry for this fossil. It's just resting, minding its own business, and everyone is saying this and that about it.
I know.
I'll thank this fossil by using it as a motif for one of my works.
See you later, Lenora.
You seem alright, but it's natural for people to have different opinions. Don't fight over it, enjoy it, considering what they might think like that. Man, I can't talk worth a damn today. You can tell that I'm just done with everything. Well, I can talk to you. Oh, hello. Sorry, I don't have any fresh water. This isn't a Pokemon gym anymore. It's a library now. So, water is highly frowned upon. So you can go through here. Read this book. So yeah, they don't have any of the puzzles in here. So this bookshelf got removed. Heading down to the bottom. You can head up here and talk to Lenora. Some problems you can't solve even if you think about them your whole life. Some problems have different answers depending on that person. So the reason I can't keep my curiosity down is this. I want to figure out the truth, but I also have a desire for adventure. Alright then. So, with that, I think we're mostly done here in the city. Except there's one more thing. So, we're gonna come down here, and I think it's... Can you move, sir? So, I think there's only one more thing left in the city, and that is to the west. East, east, east. Not west, east. We'll be heading west. Because we can talk to you. Excuse me, trainer? This Pokemon egg we found at the daycare. Would you raise it? Okay. Please take good care of this egg. And we obtained an egg. You will give me this egg. Apparently putting Pokemon eggs next to healthy Pokemon is a good thing. In other words, walk with the eggs. You know, the daycare is on Route 3. They might be able to tell you more. Alright then. So we have ourselves an egg we need to hatch. I'm gonna be on Skyrail Bridge going back and forth. I'll see you guys once this egg hatches. Oh, got the achievement Archaeology Lover. Okay, restore a fossil. I need to get me Volcarona because this egg's not hatching. Well, I was doing some research. Apparently this egg is one of the longest hatched eggs. No, seriously. If you want to know how bad this is, I did 3 loops across the bridge. Sorry, I did Skyro Bridge. I went back and forth across it about 5 times and all the way across Unova. Going from Skyro Bridge all the way to Opelousas City. Taking the Route 16 path, and it's not even close to hatching. And I have Flame Body on now. It's gonna take me like 10 years to finally encounter this Pokemon. Anyways, you get yourself level 1 Happiny, not even worth it. Just like my existence. Well, I'm calling it quits here before I do anything stupid. Next time, Pokemon Black and White 2. While I try to not kill myself, like I'm very tempted to do, we're gonna explore Route 3. I'll see you guys then.